Now, talk on Wall Street has focused on HP's missteps over the last several years. For more, let's bring in a major shareholder. Jerome Dodson runs Parnassus Investments, which holds 4 million shares of HP, a stake he increased a few months ago. And Jayson Noland is a senior analyst with Robert W. Baird. He downgraded HP stock to neutral after it announced the plans for a PC spinoff. Gentlemen, welcome to Bloomberg West. Certainly big news today. Jayson, let's start with you. You heard Fiorina's comments there about the board. It certainly seems like it's happening again. Is this board still dysfunctional?
It seems to be. It's unfortunate that this is almost cultural on the board. There's been a number of changes, but we've seen a lot of actions and communication take place on the board that would be better left behind closed doors, unfortunately.
What about you, Jerry? Is it the board's fault, or is it Leo's fault, or is he just the fall guy here?
It's the board's fault, but I think by extension it's Leo's fault, because the board should never have hired him, but he has not done a very good job running the company in the last 11 months since he's got here.
Why did they hire him? I mean, Jayson, when he was named to this position, there were a lot of questions. First of all, who is this guy? You know, he wasn't a name. He'd recently been ousted as the CEO of SAP. Why would they want him running their company?
Well, I think with Leo and Ray Lane coming in, it was pretty clear the board wanted to shift HP in the direction of software. And directionally, that's what Leo's trying to do. It's the execution here, getting from point A to point B, that many analysts and investors have an issue with.
So do you guys think Leo should be out?
I do. As a shareholder, as a major shareholder, yes, I think that he should be out. I think it would be much better for the company. And I think that they're heading in the right direction. If the rumor that he is out is correct, I think that's the right move.
Okay, so who could replace him?
Gosh, our favorite internal candidate would be Dave Donatelli, but they likely would go external again if they're going to go outside. And it's a very short list. You know, Michael Capellas would be on that list. He's the CEO of the VCE company today. But you know, we kind of think the timing of a new CEO right now during a major transition would be tough. You've got a lot of uncertainty at HP right now, and having an interim CEO and pushing Leo out would just create more confusion.
Now, we were talking earlier about this whole internal versus external candidate. Take a listen to David Garrity of GVA Research, what he had to say about that.
I think it's important here for the people within Hewlett-Packard to see someone probably who's more of an internal candidate rather than thinking that the company should go outside its ranks to solve its own problems. Clearly, we could say it's been the outsiders of late who've done nothing but really to run this icon of the technology industry off the rails.
Other internal candidates might be Meg Whitman, who we're hearing may get the job at least temporarily, Todd Bradley, the head of the Personal Systems Group, and Livermore, who's been there for a very, very long time. But why do you think, Jayson, that they're going to be looking outside instead?
They always have. There's a larger pool of candidates outside than in, and you've got only a few people internally that could probably do the job. We like Dave Donatelli there. He's maybe a little young for the CEO role, but he has a lot of experience with server storage and networking. That's where the company needs to go with the cloud, but hard to say.
Jerry, who do you like?
On an interim basis, I like Ann Livermore. I've always liked her. She was bypassed 3 times. She was passed over during the Carly Fiorina period with Mark Hurd and then the Apotheker. But she's not charismatic. She's not a dynamic individual. But on the other hand, Apotheker isn't here. She knows the company very well. She's done well. I think on an interim basis, she's the one. Longer term, probably not because of the age and other things. But I think that really they need to find someone. Donatelli would be fine with me. He's a little young side. What's odd about this company, there's no chief operating officer, which I think for a company this size is a huge error.
So what do you guys think about Meg Whitman? You haven't touched that one yet.
On an interim basis, I think she's fine. She would be all right. However, she hasn't had the enterprise, the server, that experience. She's mostly consumer from an eBay experience. So I would hope that she would just be on an interim basis. If they can't pick Ann Livermore, I would like to go with Meg Whitman. But I think a longer term, they should probably consider Donatelli, maybe as a chief operating officer. I don't know who it would be, but they need someone good in a hurry.
An earlier analyst, Jayson, told us Meg Whitman would be insane. I mean, an insane choice.
Okay, maybe insane is a strong word, but she is a star. She's a proven leader. But I agree with Jerry. She doesn't have that data center and cloud enterprise experience.
So in terms of the strategy going forward, which has been very confusing, very uncertain, Jerry, what would you, as a major shareholder, what would you like to see from HP?
Well, HP has a lot of value, and I think the stock price could be much higher.
But should they spin off the PC business? Should they focus on software? Should they keep the PC business and stay the course?
No, they need to keep the PC business. They shouldn't spin it off. It's important to having that business and how it relates to their services and the software is, as some analysts call it, an ecosystem. And I think that's probably true. I would keep it. It's not very hugely profitable, but they've done a reasonably good job with it. I would keep that business. I wouldn't spin it off.
Yeah, I'm fine with HP having a PC business, always have been. But whether they keep it or spin it off, just make a decision and let the world, let IT buyers know what you're going to do.
Why are they so confused, Jayson?
There's revenue dyssynergy. So if you spin off the PC business, there could be shelf space issues with Best Buy. There could be supply chain issues with a Foxconn. So they don't know what the negative dyssynergies are. They just know it's a low margin, low growth business. They're trying to transition into a higher margin, higher growth business. They don't know what to do with the PC business.
Jerry, have you considered at all reducing your position or selling your shares?
We have. I thought about it some time ago when it was still trading around $30 a share, and now it's like around south of 25. We thought about it, but we look at the values. It's only trading at 5 times annual earnings, which is very low PE ratio. It has some good people working there, perhaps not at the board level or at the CEO level, but down below, great people. They got some good products coming out, some services, software. They're making routers and switches. I just think it's got a lot of value there, and it should be trading much higher. So we're going to hang on despite our concern about the CEO and the board.
Well, the stock did spike 8% today. Briefly, Jayson, we just got a few more seconds. How should HP use their capital?
Well, that's been a big question mark. Use of cash here with autonomy, with 3PAR, with 3Com.
Buy back the stock.
Buy back the stock. At 5 times earnings, I think that's where they should go. Absolutely.
Well, we'll see if somebody over there is listening to you guys. Jerry Dodson of Parnassus, Jayson Noland of Robert Baird, thanks again for joining us here on Bloomberg West.